Okay, so here we've got Christy who rides her bicycle 100 meters at 40 degrees east of north. Let's try and put that on to start with. Okay, so if this is north here, 45 degrees east of north would be in this direction. So here we have 45 degrees east of the north arrow. Okay, so she goes this way for, let's put it up like this, 100 meters. 100 meters that way. Turns. I'll put my north arrow on again. And 15 degrees. So here we go, 15 degrees east of north. So she goes for another 120 meters. Okay, so what we need to find out is how far has she traveled from her starting position. So we're looking at, there we go, to work out the distance from here to here. So what I think I would do with this one, let's get the blue pen back. Come here. Yep, blue pen back. I'd make two triangles. So we've got this right angle triangle up here, and we've got this right angle triangle up here. And we can try and work out, let's call this y1, this height, and x1, this distance across here. So here's a right angle triangle. Doesn't look like it, but that's what it's supposed to be. Here, right angle again. So let's call this x2, and this y2. So this distance here. And eventually what we're going to try to work out, we can put x1 and x2 together to get, what should we call this? Let's just call it A. And we've got this one here, which is y1 add y2. Let's call that B. So this all looks a little bit complicated. What I like to do when it looks complicated is just take the bit I'm looking at. So let's take that bottom triangle to start off with. We've got 100. This is a right angle, this is 45 degrees, and we're trying to work out y1 and x1. So to start off with, x1 is, actually the 100 is the hypotenuse, x1 that's opposite, and y1 that's adjacent. So if I'm trying to work out x1, I'm going to use opposite and hypotenuse. That's this. Okay, so get blue back. x1. I don't know why it's not writing properly. x1, opposite and hypotenuse. I'm working out the opposite, so I need to multiply the sine of the angle times the hypotenuse. So it's 100 sine 45 degrees. We can work out what that equals. If I'm working out y, I'm going to use the adjacent and the hypotenuse. So working out the adjacent, again I'm going to multiply them. So 100 times cos of 45 is going to give me y1. Now I know because it's 45 degrees, these lengths are actually going to be the same. So let's just check that out. 100 sine 45. Let's just see that that's the same as 100 cos 45. Okay, good. So 70.7. 70.7. Next I'm going to take this triangle at the top. So my triangle goes like this, 15 degrees. This is 120. Okay, this is my x2 and this is my y2, and very similar to the first one. So I'm going to get x2, this is my opposite and my hypotenuse, so I'm going to use this again to work out the opposite. I'm going to do the hypotenuse, that's an equals by the way, equals times sine 15, that's a 1. Degrees, and to get my y2 I'm going to do 120 Because why do I keep writing 70? It's meant to be. Let's clear that up a little bit. And that one. 15. Okay, so x2 is 120 sine 15. Okay, so 31.1 and 120 cos 15 degrees, 116. I'm going to put 115.9 for now, and then we'll round it at the end. Okay, now getting another colour because it's a bit confusing. The distance A is going to be my x1, add my x2. So if I add them together, I've got my 31.1 add my 70.7. Okay, that's the length A, 101.8. My length B is, again, 70.7. That's my Y1. Add Y2, 115.9. Oh, I didn't put an add in there. There we go. Okay, that is 186.6. And then, just quickly, I want to work out this distance, so I need to do a squared add b squared, and then square root my answer. So this is going to be my final distance. I'm going to have that one, my answer squared, add 101.8 squared, and then I can square root that. Okay, so the distance between the distance she is from where she began her ride to 3 significant figures is 213 meters, and that is my final answer.